Hello everyone. How are you doing? How
Greetings,
are you
my
doing, my
friend.
mate?
I'm very well. Your setup looks fantastic, mate. Tell me about it.
All right, all right. Anyways, I should start off like Sawadee krap. Okay, I'm actually in Thailand and I am here in this really wonderful studio. I wish I could show you guys around. Maybe I'll share a little bit about what we have here. In this area that I'm in right now. So this is in central Bangkok in Thailand, and this is one of our first Nan lights showroom in Bangkok. So we have like a really nice showroom over here with all the lights and the accessories, everything. So I wish I could show you guys now, but probably the next time round. Yeah. What about you, mate?
I'm still in sunny London. Some might say you're living the dream at the moment. That is a dream come true, just surrounded by everything Nanlite. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, no, I wish I could stay. Wish I could stay here, man. It's
Nice.
really filled with so many toys around here. Anyways, thank you all for taking the time to join us today, and a really special episode as well. So, for those of you who have been following us, it's been a really exciting 3 weeks, I would say. So, we have recently launched the PowerTube T87X. Last week, we have launched the PowerTube 10C. And today, we have launched the all-new Forza 720 and 720B at the same time. So how amazing is that?
It's crazy. Like four products, and we're only 3 months into the year. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much. So look, you're in UK right now, in London right now. I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. So where are you guys from? Share with us. We got
Ukraine,
left
fantastic.
from Ukraine again.
Amazing.
We
Thank you for
got
joining us.
we got Mark from Manchester.
Manchester, amazing. My side.
Yeah, whenever I hear of Manchester, I always think like the English
Football
Premier
team.
League, the football team, Manchester City and Manchester United. Nice. We got Q Store. We got Isaac. Hi, Isaac.
Chile,
One
amazing.
of our distributor in Chile, Q Store, and definitely we have our team from China. Nice. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. And this is gonna be a really cool episode as well. So I need to hide this. Okay. So anyway, thank you all for joining us. And today is gonna be really exciting because this is the Forza 720. It's like the most powerful Forza light that we have
Brilliant.
made so far. All right. Anyways, we'll go into details of what is this about. Yeah, but before we do it, look, I think you have some good news you want to share with the viewers
I
here
do.
today.
I do have some good news. If you've joined us over the last couple of weeks, you will know that we do giveaways, and we like to start the show off with a giveaway. So I think we should kind of get the energy in the room going, and we should start with our first giveaway. There will be free giveaways, okay? So there'll be free opportunities to win some amazing prizes, and this is the first one. So yeah, do you want to give them the word that they have to repeat?
Yeah, of course. So this time around, Luke will be doing the giveaway
Yep.
because I've been doing too many giveaways. I think the team has been like scolding me for giving away too many giveaways. So this time around, Luke will be
It's
giving a
me.
giveaway. All right, so
So,
Luke, go ahead. Ask, what's the question or how to
so
win the giveaway?
what we need you guys to do is to type and post this phrase down below, okay? So, welcome the brightest LED bicolor spotlight in the world, Forza 720B.
Okay, that's a long word. So welcome. You want to repeat again?
Yeah. So, basically, welcome the brightest LED bicolor spotlight in the world, Forza 720.
Okay, that's going to be a long sentence, but our team is going to. Wow, Mark, you actually really typed that out. Okay, so just something to help you. Okay, very simple.
That's it. So,
Control C, Control V.
I'm sure lots of people are going to be doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, this is going to be the first giveaway. So, before we announce the winner of the giveaway, we're going to show you the really really awesome TVC of the all new 720 Forza 720 and the Forza 720B. All right. So keep on typing because anytime I'll do a screenshot and then I'll pick the winner. Luke will pick the winner from the screenshot. Okay. So.
Exactly.
All right. So without further ado, let's introduce and welcome the all-new Forza 720 and 720B. Okay, so what did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of that? Leave us some comment. I see a lot of welcome the brightest LED. Awesome. Thank you so much for being so how should I say, so encouraging,
Enthusiastic.
to enthusiast. That's the word. All right. So to share all this. So, anyways, what do you think of it? What do you think of the Forza 720 and the 720B? It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing. We'll share more about it in a bit. So continue typing. So Luke, will you do the honor
I will do the
while
honors.
I prepare my screenshot?
I will do the honors. Okay, so on the count of three, okay?
All
One,
right.
2, 3.
Okay.
Let's see who we've got
I
as a winner.
got I got a winner. I got a winner. But give me a minute
Yeah,
because
no worries.
my computer is a little bit slow
Don't
today.
stress. So whilst Alvin does
All
that,
right.
so the first giveaway, the prize we have for this, if you hadn't already seen in the
Okay.
posters, this is a Forza 60B.
I got the winner. So
Amazing.
can anyone guess the winner? Okay. So, anyways, drum roll. So the first winner for today. Luke, I think you haven't announced the prize yet. Did you announce the
Yes,
prize?
so I was just
What's the
doing that
prize?
whilst you were searching. So the
Okay.
prize is a Forza 60B with the retail
Mhm.
value of 389 dollars. So it's a great prize to win, and in line with the B family. So it's a bicolor spotlight, 60 watts, super incredible, and we're giving it away right now.
Yep. All right. So the winner is
See who we got.
Nicholas Go Shan Wei.
Nicholas goes your
Nicholas
way.
Go Shan
Amazing.
Wei.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
Congratulations. You have won yourself a Forza 60B worth $319. All right.
Amazing.
How cool is that? How cool is that? All right. So congratulations, Nicholas. Our guys will contact with you shortly. All right.
Yep.
Okay, so that is it. That is the first segment of giveaway. So we're gonna have two more segments of giveaway along the way. So stay tuned, listen to what we have to say, and we'll ask simple questions and just answer the question correctly, and we'll randomly pick a winner from there.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
couldn't make it any easier. So yeah, amazing stuff.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, can you guess what's the question that I'm going to ask?
Make it a little bit
But
complicated.
yeah, I'll probably get killed for it. But anyways, don't worry about that. We're going to ask a really simple question. All right. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to have a lot to cover today, so we'll try to keep it within an hour. So let's move on to the PowerPoint presentation. All right.
Exactly. Amazing.
So for today, I think these are some of the things that we'll cover: unboxing, features, functions, and accessories.
Yep.
All right. So first of all, let us share with you what's inside the box. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So I will change my camera to my top-down camera over here. My top-down camera. Okay. So this is the bag. As usual, it's the same bag carry case for the Forza 720. For the 720B, it's going to be the same case. So the label is going to be just Forza 720B. Okay. So this is what is inside the box or the bag, I would say. Da-da-dang. Okay, so there's a lot of things inside. There's a lot of things inside. So let me just go through one by one. Okay, so this is the Forza 720. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So it's actually it's not a lot bigger than the Forza 500 in terms of form factor. So I will do a little bit of comparison later on with the Forza 500, but this is the Forza 720. So for the Forza 720, the limb over here is just Forza 720. So for the bi-color, it comes with a Forza 720 bi, and it has a yellow line at the side and on the front as well. It has a yellow line. So when you see the yellow line, similarly to the Forza 300 and 300B, right? So to identify the 720B, you see the yellow line at the side and at the front. Okay, so this is the Forza 720. Okay,
Nice. Looking good.
so next is the ballast. Okay, so this is the ballast in the box. So the ballast now it's really, really compact. It's really small. I'll do a comparison as well with the Forza 500 ballast later on. So this is the ballast. Okay,
Amazing.
and you have the cables. So you have two cables inside. So this is the connecting cable. So now the connecting cable is 5 meter long. All right, so it's really long and it's actually really
Yeah.
tough. The material of this cable is really good. So this is the connecting cable, and over here, this is the power cable. All right. Okay, and you have this. Okay, so this is basically the clamp, the new clamp over here. Okay, so this is the quick release clamp, or as Luke would say, a super clamp. All right, so it comes with this clamp as well, the new clamp, and also inside it comes with the reflector as well. Okay, so this is just a reflector, so I don't have to really show this. So other than that, it comes with the stripe over here. Yeah, it comes with
Amazing.
the stripe and the instruction manual over here. So yeah, so this is what it comes in the box itself. Okay, so very simple. All right, so these are all the things that comes in the box.
Fantastic. Looks great.
All right.
Looks great.
Yep. The new clamp. Okay, team is saying the new clamp is nice. Yeah, this is super clamp. this is
Super
this is
quick
our
clamp.
super quick
um,
clamp.
well, the thing is, and just to respond to Tim, is we listen to what our customers say. People say to us, "This is what needs to change." We can't do it overnight. It takes a little bit of time. We listen, we make the changes, and here they are. So yeah, it's always great to show the
Yeah,
progress.
exactly. Okay, so this is what is all in the box. All right. So now I will hand over to my good friend
Brilliant.
Luke. You want to bring them through and talk a
I
little bit
will.
on what are the features?
Indeed. So this time I get to go through the presentation because Alvin's doing all the hands-on stuff, which is great. So the first thing that's really important here is when we talk about the watches, this is an 800-watt system. So both the 720 and the 720B, they're 800 watts, okay? But the output is 720, hence why we've gone the name 720. But effectively, you're playing with 800 watts, which is an incredible amount of power. And I think probably up there in terms of like some of the most powerful COB systems in there, particularly for the 700, for the 720B, the most powerful bicolor there is. So in terms of looking at some of the lux output, if we look at the 720 first, we're looking at 10,200 lux at 2 meters, which is a phenomenal output. And that's at 5,600 Kelvin. And then with that, we have a CRI of 95 and a TLCI of 96. So that high quality standard you've come to know us in terms of our light quality and fidelity. Then we look at the Forza 720B, and then we're looking at 7,919 lux at 3 meters. Okay, and again, that's measured from 2,700 all the way through to 6,500, which is fantastic. And then the CRI is 96 and the TLCI is 97. So again, those really high standards of light output. So either one of these products that you choose, they both power a phenomenal amount of power and become the flagship in our Forza lineup, which is really exciting for us. So if we can go to the next slide. Cheers, Alvin. So let's look at a comparison between the 720 and the 720B. So here, there's loads of metrics. I'm not going to pick on or go through them all. I'm just going to choose a couple of them. So if we look at with the reflector at 3 meters for the 720, we're looking at 10,200 lux at 3 meters, which is a phenomenal output. And then on the 720B, we're looking at 7,919. So if we look at the percentages, okay, the 720B is in kind of parameters with the 720. So normally with a bicolor fixture, you tend to lose some significant amount of power. We've prevented this now with a totally new lighting system built in there. So by choosing bicolor, you're not losing a significant amount of power, which we think is really important. So it's 75% plus the brightness of the 720. Or you could word it as the 720 is 25% brighter than the 720B, which is give or take. It's a very, very, very small margin of light loss as opposed to what you would typically have with bicolor fixtures. Cool. And then we look at some of the illuminance increases. So if we have the Forza 720 versus the Forza 500, it's a 70% increase in brightness. Okay. And this is for a total re-engineer of how we sort of like work the light engine, both with the cooling and sort of the internal mechanisms around the cob. So it's 70% brighter than the Forza 500, which is staggering. And then when we compare the 720B to the 500, it's 40% brighter. So we've managed to create a bicolor fixture and still be more powerful than one of the most powerful 500-watt systems, which is the Forza 500, which is an incredible feat of engineering. And yeah, it gives you so much choice between both of those fixtures. Cool. So one of the important things, and this is a feature that we introduced on the Forza 300B as well. So basically, it's a maximum output mode. So what that effectively means is if you're on the 720B, as you play around with the CCT and you move between that Kelvin range, what you tend to find is sometimes there's an imbalance of lux output. And rather than those causing parameter changes in your cameras, which are going to mean you're going to have to keep on readjusting during the shoot, what this effectively is doing is keeping a consistent lux output as you move between that Kelvin scale. and that just gives you consistency on your shoot. One of the things you don't want to do is if you're doing a transitioning scene like you saw in our TVC with the women in the calf, if you change between sort of a cooler light to a more tungsten light and you start to see like fluctuations in the lux output, it really ruins the overall production value. So that's no longer a thing that we have, and we had introduced that with the Forza 300B, and we continue it with the 720B as well, which is a great feature to have. Cool. So shape brightness in every way. We go to our next one. So with the 720, as with the majority of our Forza range, this is still Bowen's S mount. So all of the adapters you've come to know and all of the the Bowen's modifiers that are already out there, the Nanlite one specific, they will continue to work. So you don't have to go and buy a sort of a whole new range of modifiers to adapt them to use to this. Bowen's is massively widely available, and so we continue that trend, which is pretty exciting for anybody that owns any Nanlite modifiers or any sort of legacy Bowen's modifiers. And here's just a couple of them for instance. So if we look at the FL20G that we had for the Forza 500, the 300, 300B, that's compatible with the 720. And we showed you some statistics on how that fares with the actual 720. So this is now a modifier, and Alvin's going to be able to show those, behind him. We also
Yep.
have,
So
go on, over to you.
yep. So I just wanted to share like over here as well, like what I have over here. This is I managed to get the time to set up for this. So while you're talking, going through the PowerPoint slides, I set up the 720 over here with the projection attachment, the Bowen Smile projection attachment over here. Yep. So this is how it looks like. So this is a monster. It's a beast over here.
That's incredible.
So you can actually use the Bowen Smile projection attachment or any of the modifiers which Luke has shared earlier on. With as long as it's Bowen Smile, is compatible, you can actually mount it. But I think there are some Bowen mount modifiers or soft boxes like the 60 centimeter soft box. I think we do not recommend or we do not advise you to use that because it's actually too small. And the output, the power coming from the Forza 720 is going to be there's heat involved as well, so you might burn your softbox. So we advise you to use, if you want to use like a parabolic softbox, we advise you to use like anything above 90 centimeter. And for the lantern as well, we can use the LT80 and the LT120. So anything above the LT80, you can use that.
Exactly, spot on. Yeah, well, a good case of like health and safety and precaution. Yeah, definitely. It's 720 watts is a huge amount of light. You don't want to be sticking it for a tiny little space. So yeah, good note of warning. Thanks, Alvin.
So let me see if I can show a bit of
no
this. Oh, there's actually a.
Alvin's just getting this out.
It's a reflection. Okay, never mind. I'll share this later on. Like how powerful is this?
Fantastic.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's go on to the next.
No worries. So looking at the next bit, you probably would have noticed by seeing the overall design, there's a bit of a change in there. So we now have a one-handed yoke, a quick yoke system. So what that basically means is with one hand, you can reach up to it on a stand or rig to the ceiling, and you can adjust it to move the angle. On the older Forza range, the 500, it was double-sided, so you had to use both sides to readjust that. We took a lot of feedback, and a lot of people said that they wanted the one-sided adjustment, and we've done that. We've also added a curvature to that as well, and what that will allow you to do is give you a better angle in placement of the head, because normally with some modifiers, without that curvature, by the time you tilt it at a steeper angle, it starts to hit the stand. So by having that curvature, it allows us to kind of like create a little bit more margin for adjustments with your modifiers.
Yep.
Yeah. And the other thing as well that's worth pointing out on that is that also an umbrella mount. So if you wanted to use some of our larger umbrellas, you can also attach those in there as well, which we also introduced in the Forza 300B. And an umbrella will be a thing that will become to know with all of our Forza. So you also have our PJM, so the projector. It's a bit of kit that people go crazy for. It's one of my favorite pieces of kit, and I see it used quite a fair bit. There are two options. There's a 19 and there's a 30. So Alvin has the 19 at the minute, and in terms of the amplification of the light that comes out of this, okay, so at 3 meters with the 720, it will give you 22,930 lux, which is an incredible amount of light. So if you're creating kind of texture in a scene, or you want to fire that over a long distance, or you're shooting at a really high sort of f-point, like there is an abundance of light. You're sort of not going to run out of light. If we then compare
All
that
right.
with the 720B, that's 17,440 lux. So the difference between the two is very, very marginal, and that's extremely rare. It's almost unheard of when you compare a bicolor to a daylight balanced light fixture. So we're really proud of that improvement.
Yep.
Cool. And the next thing is you probably saw when Alvin was handling it, the overall build quality is exceptional. You know, the upgrade is phenomenal. One of the things we have is we have a metal framework within the 720, so there's almost a chassis to it that protects all the inner gubbins. There's an upgrade to the fan system as well, so that's protected inside that metal chassis, which is going to give you a sturdier build, which means like taking it on and off set over a long period of time, you know, putting it in and out of that van all the time, it's going to give you longevity because it's built for it. And then we move on to some of the sort of the really technology parts, like the really technological driven parts of it. So we have antenna boosters, and those boosters will improve the connectivity of the 2.4 radio frequency and also the Bluetooth frequency as well. So that's going to amplify that signal to give you a stronger and more robust connection on sets of any scale. And also the option between 2.4 and also Bluetooth just means you can integrate it to any setup. Alvin was the V mounts. So if you have a little look on the V mount placement at either side of it, so what that does is it centralizes the weight, which makes it easier for moving on and off a set. Cool. And then the super quick clamp is the other thing, as me and Alvin are calling it. Now, this is people will go crazy for this. If you've seen any of the reviews of, say, for instance, the Forza 500 from people like Andrew Locke, Gaffer and Gears, you know, one of the things he's commented on time and time again is our clamp system. You know, we've listened to at Andrew. We now have a massively improved clamp system, which means not only can you rig this to a C stand, but you can also rig it to a truss or anything along those lines and quickly remove the ballast and place the ballast on depending on what you're doing. But bear in mind as well, you also have a 4.5 meter power cable and you also have a 5 meter cable. So in terms of rigging this, it's no longer going to feel limited in terms of where you're trying to place it on set.
Yep. And just to add on that, the quick release system on the clamp is really, really strong.
Yeah,
So unlike the older version where it's just like hook and you just hook it on it. So with this quick release, you can be assured that your ballast is well secured, on the clamp, on
yeah.
whatever you're securing it on, whether is it like a C stand or a truss, or a light stand.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the sort of thing you'd see kind of like a Coupo or a Matthews version of it or something along those lines. It's of that quality. So in terms of getting this on and off of set and using it time and time and time again, this is going to be robust enough to do that.
Exactly.
Wicked. So next thing is looking at longer power cables. So we've mentioned that we've got a 4.5 mains power cable, and then we also have a 5 meter extension cable. So you've practically got 10 meters of distance to be able to work over, which is a huge increase compared to the 500. Originally, we did have an extension cable, but we now have that as standard with this, which is phenomenal. And then you also have the option to add V-locks or V-mount batteries. The incredible thing with this new design is there's no limitation. So with, for instance, the Forza 500, you have to use two 26-volt batteries to be able to create the pressure in the system to move that energy forward. With this, we have the capacity to use 14.4 up to 26 volts as well. So there's no limitation in terms of the battery you use. It's worth noting that if you do use a 14.4 on one side or a 14.8 on one side, you have to have the same capacity either side to balance the output of the light. So you can't have a 26 and then a 14.8. So they have to be the same. But what that does mean is if you haven't yet acquired a load of 26-volt batteries, you can use your existing batteries to power this. But do bear in mind, in terms of how you power it, there's a slight change in the output. So some examples here that we'll give you. If we look at the 720, if you're using two 14.8s, it will output at 40% of its maximum brightness, okay? Which 40% of its maximum brightness is still incredibly bright. If you look at the Forza 720, 40% of its maximum brightness is the differential between that Forza 500. So it's still a significant amount of light you've got. So it's worth bearing those in mind in terms of the output. If you want as much output as possible, you will have to go with the 26 volts just because of the overall wattage of the system.
Yep. So for those of you guys who do not know, we actually do have our own battery as well. So we have the 26-volt battery as well as the 40.8-volt battery.
Exactly. And that's just going to give you that power. And this thing is really exciting for me. So when we talk about using digital light, like using LEDs and stuff, now most digital stuff moves in squares and ups and down. Now being able to move up in increments of 0.01, what that basically means is when you transition between power output, or say for instance like color temperature, all that sort of stuff, you get a smoother transition. So the curve is a lot more natural, and we now have that in the 720. So you move up in increments of 0. So 0, 0.1, and that's just going to give you a smoother curve and just make the light feel more natural as you step in and step out of using it, or spark it on or spark it off.
Yep, exactly.
Cool. A couple of other things as well that's super exciting. Now, obviously, the end of the market this is designed to aim at, we couldn't not have DMX put in there. So it has DMX RDM capacity, so the ability to connect into a massive DMX console and control lights and sequencing. And you saw that in our TVC. So when the girls were in the CAF, a lot of that was driven by a DMX board. The other thing that we now have as well, which is super exciting, is the USB port that will the USB port on the side will also supply power if you have a DMX receiver. So if depending on what device you're using, if you have something that connects via a USB system into a DMX setup wirelessly, you now have the option to power that through the USB port. So really taking into consideration how this is going to be used on bigger scale production sets. And then from there, obviously, we have the Nanlink app, and we've been talking about this a lot because we're all big fans of it here. So with the extended antennas, so the sort of improvement on the antennas, this is obviously going to connect with the Nanlink app, and you can do that through 2.4 if you use the Nanlink transmitter box, or you can connect directly via Bluetooth. So that will allow you to connect the 720 or the 720B directly to your mobile device, whether it be iOS or Android. You can connect those both directly quite easily.
Yep. So over here, I can show you guys like, so I'm using the Android. I'm actually using a Huawei P20 Pro. So this is actually an Android version of the app. So I've already actually connected this like directly using Bluetooth. So you can see as I change, it changes as well. And then there are some effect modes as well. So over here, there are some other effect modes as well. So you can actually see the effect modes over here. So it's all connected through the Bluetooth mode. Yep,
Yeah.
the NetLink Bluetooth over here.
Spot on. Thank you for that, Alvin. Much appreciated.
All right.
Cool. And then Alvin mentioned the special effects. Now, it's worth bearing in mind there's a slight difference between the 720 and the 720B. So the 720B has an additional special effect. So it has 12 and the 720 has 11. And that additional one is a CCT loop. So because it's bicolor, you can loop through that color spectrum if you want to. So you can move from a more tungsten through to a cooler and then go back around in that cycle. So some of the ones that you've come to know, Flash, Pulse, Storm, Paparazzi, Candle. There's quite a few on there, and they're kind of standard across our whole sort of light portfolio. So it also has those in there as well.
Yep.
And then moving on to our accessories. Now, we mentioned it already is, you can use all of the Bowens modifiers as well, which is fantastic. But some of the accessories you probably would want to consider is your battery options. So, for instance, your 14.8s or your 26 volts. So, we have options for those, as well as dual chargers. So, you can see that we have the V mount battery charger, which allows you to charge multiple batteries. Also, the WS-RCC2, which is our quick strike on, strike off 2.4 radio frequency remote control. And then finally, there is the WS-TB1 Nanlink box. And where this is really crucial is if you are, say, for instance, a Forza 500 user already, you've got a couple of Forza 500 already, you want to add the 720 to it, but you want to control them all through the Nanlink app, then that WSTB1 Nanlink box is going to be the solution you need to put those all into one ecosystem and control them smoothly. And here are just some examples of what's possible to do. I think out of all these demonstrations, the girls in the CAF, I think that was kind of like a real highlight for me in terms of what this fixture can actually do in terms of creating lighting effects, but then also keying an area and just creating real depth to a scene. So yeah, well done to our production team for bringing that to life. It looks fantastic.
All right. So thank you so much, Luke, for sharing, all these, awesome features on the new Forza 720 and 720B. All right. So just to sum up, in summary, okay, the Forza 720, even though it's called Forza 720, the actually the power draw from the Forza 720 is actually 800 watts.
Yeah,
All right, so it's 800 watt. The drawback power is 800 watt for the Forza 720, and I think one of the points that Luke have mentioned earlier on as well is the Forza 720B is actually currently
nice.
the most powerful bicolor spotlight in the world, in the
Yeah,
market, I would say. All right, so you can't find any other bicolor spotlight that is as powerful as the Forza 720B.
yeah,
All right, so that is really, really exciting. That is something, really cool. And, if you want to have a very powerful bicolor option, a spotlight option, bicolor spotlight option, Forza 720B is definitely the most powerful now in the market. All right.
exactly.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So time check. Okay, we are 35 minutes in the live stream. So
We're doing good.
I think do you want to do another giveaway
I
now?
think
Are you
it. I
guys
think
ready?
it.
Are you guys ready for giveaway?
Yeah. Do you think that?
If
Do you
not,
think they're?
if not, we can go on again.
Yeah. If they want to hear more spec, I can talk spec all day long. But if they want to win some prizes, let's get on and do a giveaway.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to win a gift? Who wants to win? Okay. Let's see. Let's share the second prize. What are
Let's
we
do it.
giving away for the second giveaway prize
Amazing.
today?
So for the second giveaway prize, you can see one behind me. We announced them 2 weeks ago now. So this is basically I'll just this the T87X. So this is our like creator friendly pixel control tube that does crazy things that no other tube can compare to at its price point. So we're giving away four of these, which is really exciting. I got mine a few weeks ago and I haven't stopped playing with them since. I think they are exceptional. So whoever wins these is going to be over the moon with them. I'm pretty sure of that.
All right. All right. So we're giving away the T8, the brand new T8 7X power tube, and it's 4 kit, and it's worth, how much is it worth again?
So it's worth
389,
389, so nearly $400, and
389.
we're giving it away. And all you've had to do is sit here and learn about a new exciting product. I mean,
Yes, you didn't hear wrongly. We are giving away four. Okay, not one, not two, not three, but four.
but no,
All
so
right. So
it's a four kit. I just want to phrase that it's a four kit. So the winner wins four. We're not giving away four individual ones. Okay, so it's four kit. That's it.
yes, you are right. We are giving away 4 kits. So it's the one that comes with the carry case that has the four.
This one
Yep,
here.
the one that is behind Luke's. Yeah. So it's okay. So we're giving away the PowerTube T87 4 kit set now. Okay. So what
On the count of
is the
three.
question?
So on
No,
the
not
count
yet.
of
Not yet. You have to
oh
ask
no
the
no no.
question first.
So it's the same drill again. On the count of
Uh-huh.
three, I'm going to ask you,
Yep.
but we have a question that we need you to type into below. Okay. So
All right.
what the question is? What is the what? So what? Sorry, let me rephrase this. What's the power draw of the Forza 720 and 720B? What
I
is
just mentioned that earlier on.
it's an easy one. It's really easy.
Yeah. So, okay. So what's the power draw from the Forza 720 and the Forza 720B? All right. Okay. So it's a very simple answer. Okay. So before we choose the winner, keep on typing because I'll just do a screenshot anytime and then we'll pick the winner from there. Okay. So look, you have been doing this for many many years. You're really experienced in this, so share with us, like, what do you think, the Forza 720 and 720B is, the positioning of this Forza 720 in all the other series of our lights as well, and
Of
what
course,
sort of like technical advantages that the Forza 720 can bring, to
definitely.
all of you guys.
It's a really good question, and I think the thing to bear in mind is the Forza 500 was launched back in 2019. Okay, so like quite some time ago, the technology that drives LEDs in that time period is changed significantly. Okay, so the 500 was starting to kind of fall behind in terms of sitting at the top of the table in terms of its power output. So what we've now done is we've now bridged that gap between things like the Evoque 1200. We now have a fixture that sits in that top end professional space between, say, for instance, the 500 and the Evoque 12,000. And bearing in mind, when you step into that space, the quality of the product has to drastically change. Okay, so with that, we've improved the quick release clamp system. We've improved the ballast system. The light output is significantly increased. The connectivity and also the cable lengths. So this is sat at that top end of the spectrum. So if you are a gaffer, an indie operator owner, or part of a small production team or a DOP, this is going to be a product that's right for you. Also, as well, if you say, for instance, picked up Forza 500 a few years ago, and you might need a couple of Forza 500s to be able to fire for a scrim to get your results. This is now a product that you can kind of take and replace both of those, or bring them all together into harmony. So we're looking at that top tier of the market, and stepping into that real professional level of production.
Yeah, well said, well said. And I think the Forza 720 is a great addition to the Forza series. We all know that the Forza 500 is the most powerful Forza COB light series, but now we have introduced the Forza 720. For those of you who know that we do have our other brand named Lux as well, where we have the Evoque 1200, but that's actually a different series of lights altogether. So in the Forza family, the Forza 720 is going to be the most powerful COB LED spotlight, in the market right now. And being the bi-color version, it's the most powerful bi-color spotlight in the market right now. All right.
And I think my final sort of closing comment on its positioning is, if you love the 500, you're gonna fall in love with this thing. It really is that simple. If you've been using the 500 and you love it and it does everything you need it to, this is gonna blow your mind. It's really phenomenal.
Exactly. And who, to all the gaffers, to all the DPs, all the DOPs around, who doesn't love power? Every time I speak to any gaffers or any DOPs, they are always asking, do you have anything bigger? Do you have anything more powerful? So apparently everyone is hungry for power. We all know that. So this is where the Forza 720 comes in. All right?
Exactly.
So cool. Okay, so I see a lot of answers. Okay, so we are going to pick away. So start typing again. So I see a lot of correct answers. Okay, so the correct answer to Luke's question earlier on is 800 watts. Okay, so the draw power of the Forza 720 and the Forza 720B is 800 watt. Okay, so I see all the correct answers.
Fantastic.
So wow, we even have one person, Mark. I love you. Wait, sorry, wrong person. Let me. Okay, you guys. Okay, I want to share Mark. Mark, I love you. You even typed out 800 watts.
Good
Well
use
done,
of
Mark.
English language.
I hope you win this, Mark. Okay, anyways, look.
Cool.
Let's
On the
do
count of
this.
3, then let's do it. So, 1.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me
Okay.
prepare my speech. Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. See who comes up as the winner.
Let me see who is the winner. Okay, I have got a winner. So can anyone guess the winner? Let me see who is the winner.
Let's have a little look.
Okay, I got myself a winner. Oh, we got a winner actually. Okay, so let me share screen, and can we have a drum roll, please? So the winner of the second giveaway segment, which is the PowerTube T87X 4-kit set worth $389. Am I right? Yeah, $389. Okay, and the winner is let me see. Matic Trapelch.
Matic Trapelch. Oh, nice. Yes, I know Matic.
Right?
Yeah, I know
All
Matic.
right.
Yeah, we've spoken. So the great thing is with some of our fan bases, because we're so accessible, we often talk to people in our community regularly outside of these like the live streams and stuff. So yeah, I know Matic quite well. So amazing, well done. This will be very well used. So I'm looking forward to see what you do with this. Well done.
Congratulations, Matic. You have just won yourself the brand new T87X PowerTube 4-kit set. All right? Okay, so enjoy and have fun with that. Okay, so stay tuned. We got one more giveaway segment, and that's going to be not really the grand prize, but our final prize. And we are going to give away the all-new Powerful Bulb 10C 4-kit set
I don't,
How much is
I
it
don't,
worth? It's worth
uh,
four
s-
hundred and ninety nine
yeah.
dollars.
So I don't know if you noticed, I positioned my pavo bowl behind me so it looks like I've got a bright idea. I was trying to be really clever on my setup, and no one's really noticed it yet. So I feel like it's one of those wasted dad jokes.
No, I saw that. I was just waiting for you to say that. Yeah, you got a bling up there. Okay, anyways, that's gonna be brilliant. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna have the final lucky draw. Not lucky draw, giveaway segment soon. So we're giving away the Power Bulb 10C,
Yep,
4 kit set. All right, worth $499.
$99.
Okay, so before we go that to the final giveaway segment, I would like to share a bit of comparisons, like between the Forza 720 and also the Forza 500. Okay,
Yep.
so let me give me a bit of time. Let me just shut this now so I can remove this.
Yeah, sure. I'll fill a bit of time in. So it's good to get a
Okay.
comparison because the 720 now comes in as our flagship in the Forza range. So it's good to compare it to what was the current flagships, the Forza 500. So Alvin's going to be able to give us a side by side of the size and the scale, also the difference in the power pack. So one of the things you'll notice is this power pack is drastically improved in terms of its engineering. So Alvin's going to be able to demonstrate that for us now.
Okay. Thank you so much for covering me, Luke. Okay, so anyways, these are the two ballasts. Okay, so this is the new ballast of the Forza 720. All right. So this is the ballast for the Forza 300, which is also similar to the Forza 500. Unfortunately, I only have one Forza 500, which I'm using right now. But this is the ballast of the Forza 300 and the Forza 500. So you can actually see the size difference. All right. The older Forza 300 and Forza 500 is actually bigger than the Forza 720. So the ballast is actually a lot smaller. In terms of the functions wise, it's pretty much the same. If you were to look at the buttons, the layout, so you have like the menu, the effects, the lock, and on the Forza 500, you have pretty much the same as well. You have the trigger, so you have two knobs as well. So one is basically for you to dim, for the dimming, and the other one is for you to switch between the modes. All right.
Yep.
So this is the difference. Okay, I'm standing in the background, so my shirt is black.
If you
It blends
if
in.
you
Okay,
if
so
you could,
anyways,
Alvin,
this,
can
yep.
you do us a side comparison? Can you turn the Forza
Oh
300
yes, sure,
ballast
definitely,
just so
definitely
we
for
can
sure. Okay,
explain? So if you
okay.
look at
So
the
this is
two
the side.
now, yeah. So if you look at the two now, basically on the older style, the power pack slides out, and then you basically put the V mount batteries into its place. Whereas now you don't have to do that. The batteries slide directly onto the outside, so it's worth noticing.
Yep. So it's slide on the outside now. So it's basically you can actually mount the battery on both sides, here and here.
Perfect.
So when you actually mount it, it's actually more well balanced, and it's easier for you to mount and dismount the battery from the side, comparing to the older model over here.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. So just by looking at the size, the form factor, you can see this is like a drastic change. So the Forza 720 is actually a lot more smaller. In terms of the weight, it's I would say it's pretty much the same. The 720 is just a little bit heavier, so it's not much of a difference. In terms of the point as well, over here, if you can see. So these are some of the points. We have the DMX out, we have the DMX in, you have the power switch over here. So you have the output, all right, and also you have the input, the AC input over here. All right, so all this is actually from the top. Whereas if you were to compare to the Forza 300 or the 500,
On the
the
side.
connecting ports are actually from the side. All right, so the design of this is so much better now because all the ports are actually all from the top. It will be neater if in terms of your cable management, it will actually be neater. Yep. And earlier on, Luke, you were talking about the two antennas, right? So if you can see over here, this two thing. Yep. So these are actually the two antenna boosters. So the antenna booster is basically for you to boost your wireless control, all right, on the ballast itself. Okay. So in terms of that, that's pretty much the design of this. So on the ballast itself. Okay.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Alvin.
So in terms of the physical form factor of the Forza 500 and the Forza 720, let me just see if I could take this out quickly so I
No
can
worries.
do a side-by-side comparison in terms of the light.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the size comparing to the Forza 500 is not so much of a difference. So I have a Forza 500 here. I don't know if the camera can see.
Yep, with the
All
camera's
right.
following you nicely. It's looking good.
Okay, so this is basically the difference. It's just a little bit longer.
Yep,
So in terms of the size, it's not so much of a difference.
yep,
Yeah, so it's a bit slightly longer. Oh, sorry, okay. Yeah, okay. And
amazing.
on the back, basically it's pretty much the same.
Just one power input.
Yeah, so it's just one power input. So now, yeah, so on the back is basically the same. So it's basically just one power input over here.
Fantastic.
So on the back is different. There's no difference. So the only main difference is actually in terms of the size. It's just slightly a little bit longer than the
Yep,
Forza 500. And Luke, you mentioned earlier on about the curved yoke. Okay, so this is the curved yoke
yep,
over here, comparing to uh, the older one. And this is on the the like the Forza 500 is basically you have to screw both sides to
correct.
adjust the angle. So on the 720, it's only a single adjustment. So on the other side, you don't have it.
Yep.
So basically, it's just one Luzon,
So
and you can adjust
when you're
this.
climbing to the top of a ladder and you're really high and you're kind of having to hang on for dear life to change a light, you can do it with one hand now because we've all been there. So yeah, it's just a massively improved design, which just means it's very easy to kind of adjust and change the angle of the head. So yeah, thanks for showing that, Alvin.
Yep. All right. So this is the form factor of it. So this is the yoke now is curved over here. Okay. The yoke is curved, comparing to the older 500, which is straight up. All right, and also the single, Titan bolt. Okay.
Yeah, and also as well,
So
could you show us the
yeah.
junior pin at the bottom? So the base, the
Oh
mounting.
yes, yes.
So
Sorry, the
it's
junior
worth
pin.
showing that. Yeah. So we're now
Okay,
using a
so
junior
let me
pin because
turn this over.
of who
Okay,
we're
so
aiming
now,
it at. Yeah, so sorry to interrupt. Because of who we're aiming it at, really, the type of person that's going to be using this product is going to be sticking this into like lollipop heads and Avengers and stuff like that. So, having a junior pin is absolutely ideal. So that's why it has this fixture because it's designed to be used in line with grip of that caliber. So we've made that adjustment as well, and that's another big difference between the 500 and the 720 that you'll notice.
yep. So thanks for reminding me. So
No
now it
worries.
comes with the junior pin hole as well.
Spot
All
on.
right, cool, cool. Okay, so let me just put this back here.
Yeah, no worries. I'll let you adjust that quickly. Thank you for those demonstrations.
Okay, so this is the comparison between this. Okay, so now who? Okay, what was the question? I was like, oh, we have not asked the final question yet, right?
Yeah, we've got us. So we've now done the comparison. So it's the last part. It's the final giveaway. I mean, like we just love
Okay,
giving stuff away.
okay, all right, okay, cool. So I've covered the comparisons. Let me see. Okay, let me see. If anyone has any questions. I think
Questions?
our team is doing a really good job in the back end. Is answering a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Okay, so fan noise. Okay, so someone did ask about the fan noise. I think
20
some. Okay,
decibels.
yeah, we'll it's very very quiet. It's
Yeah.
I think it's I can't remember. Was it like
Off the top
zero
of my
point
head, I think
five?
it was. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you ask the question, one of our
It's
teams
less.
will answer you in the thread.
Yeah, it's less than 20 dB.
Less than
Definitely
20
for
dB.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So just to
Yeah.
add on there as well, the new design, because there's a metal rugged chassis with inside that, everything's secure and mobile. Like over time, if you don't have a secure chassis, things start to rattle, things start to make a little bit more noise. So because it's all built into this secure chassis, over a period of time, the increase in fan noise is not gonna you're not gonna get an increase in noise because that chassis is sturdy. I think obviously as long as you maintain your equipment, such as like blowing through air to stop any dust buildup, that's going to stay consistently low throughout the course of its life.
All right. Okay. Cool. Anyways, we'll get you the answer for that in a bit. We'll check with the team and then we'll get it back to you on that. Okay. So I think we have pretty much covered most of it. So if you have any questions, just feel free to type and comment. Our team will help, to answer to all your questions as well. Okay. So, let's do the final giveaway. All right,
The
let's do the
last
final giveaway.
last part.
Okay,
Well, so
so
we've got one last question to
what
ask then, Alvin.
we
Should we
got
make it
one.
really hard?
Okay, so the final third question is, what is Luke's last question?
My last question is yeah, that's it. We'll just leave it as that.
Okay, so the final question is, what is Luke's question? No, we're just kidding. We're just kidding. Okay, anyways, Luke,
Yep,
go ahead, ask the last question, and
fantastic.
we'll sum up what we have gone through today. And if you guys like what you're seeing, just follow us, like us, leave us some comments, and we'll definitely get to do more of this again. I think for those of you guys who have followed us for the past 3 weeks, I would say, it's good. It's been an exciting 3 weeks, for
Yeah,
us as well. It's been like, whoa, whoa.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's been a really exciting 3 weeks. All right. So this is definitely going to be the last new product that we are launching for this month.
The month finishes
For this,
tomorrow.
okay. Anyway, that's it's supposed to be a teaser, but all right, okay. So anyway, this is going to be the last new product we're launching for this month.
This
So
month,
it's going to be
amazing.
really exciting. Okay, so anyways,
Let's ask
go
the
ahead,
last
Luke.
question. Cool.
Let's
So
ask the last question.
the last question is, which mount does the Forza 720 and 720B use?
Oh, that's too simple. That's too simple. Oh my
I
god.
know,
Okay,
I know.
if you guys can't answer this, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but it's
Yeah.
a giveaway. It's a giveaway. Anyway, it's a really really simple answer, right? So what mount is the Forza 720 using? Okay, so everyone should know this. All right, cool. So keep typing your answers. Okay, we'll do a random screenshot along the way. Okay, so tell you what, this time around, let's do it a little bit different. Look,
Yep.
we will not do a countdown because
Okay.
if we were to do a countdown, everyone will be holding, and when we do a countdown, then
Yeah,
they'll
I
start to
like
type.
it.
Okay,
I
so what
like
I'll
it.
do is it's going to be really game of chance. Okay, so we're not going to let you know when I'm going to do a screenshot. All right, but I'm just going to do a random screenshot as I
Nice.
speak. All right, and then after that, I'll announce the winner from the random screenshot. Okay, so just continue to type. Just continue to type. I see a lot of correct answers. Yes, it is Bowen Smile. All right, so the Forza 720 and 720B is comes with Bowen's standard Bowen Smile. All right. Okay,
Exactly.
so keep tapping on. Okay, so before we end off today's live stream, okay, I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for tuning in to join us again, as usual. And we have a lot more giveaways coming up as well, a lot more activities, a lot more new product launches this year for sure. But I wouldn't know when yet. But there's going to be a lot more activities coming away, and also do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button below. Okay, and follow us, subscribe to our channel, and we, as I mentioned before, we have a lot of giveaways as well in our YouTube post as well. So as we post our new videos on our YouTube channel, we're going to ask a simple question on each of our videos, and you just need to type your comment your answer below the video on our post, and we'll randomly pick a new winner to win some prize, every new post. All right. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us, hit the bell button so you get the alert when we have a new video, and then be one of the first few to comment the correct answer, and then we'll pick a winner from there. All right. So you stand a chance to win prizes from us just by watching our video on our YouTube channel. How cool is
Nice.
that? How cool is that? All right.
Sounds good.
So join us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to also follow us on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our Twitter, on our TikTok channel, and we're going to have a lot of other activities on the other platforms as well. And if you have not joined us in our community, our Facebook community, do join us as well. It's Nanlight User Group on Facebook. All right, join our group. We have an amazing community. I think for me personally, I feel it's one of the best community that I've come across. In this industry. So join us in our community, and you learn a lot of things. You'll have a lot of fun there. I'm sure. All right. Okay. So, anyways, any last words, Luke, for the guys out here?
No, not
While
really. I
I
think
do my random screenshot.
no. From me, again, thank you ever so much for sort of tuning in and paying attention. The last 3 weeks has been crazy. Like 3 product launches over as many weeks has been really intense, and just super grateful of those people paying attention because it means the world to us. So super thankful of that. Hopefully, if you guys are around in the UK in the coming weeks, we're at BSC. So don't forget about that. I would love to see as many of you there as possible. So BSC is going to be from the 7th of April all the way through to the 9th over in Battersea in London. So if you are coming over, come and meet me and Jeremy. And yeah, it'll be great to see you there. Apart from that, I have nothing more to say. I just thank you and good luck with the last giveaway.
All right. Thank you so much, Luke. So, anyways, we like as what Luke has mentioned, we will be at BSC and also we'll be at NAB as well in the US. So if you are in the UK or if you're in the US, do drop by to this. If you're going to this exhibition, do drop by to our booth and check out some of our awesome lights over there. And we're gonna have some activities there as well. So if you are in the UK, go on and look for Luke there and say hi to him, and maybe he'll give you some goodie bags. I don't know.
Who knows? There's going to be giveaways. I can just guarantee you that there will be giveaways. So yeah, turn up and see what happens.
All right, cool. Okay, all right. While we were talking, I did my random screenshot. So I have already gotten a screenshot and a winner. All right. Okay, so shall we announce the winner now? And so, can anyone guess? Did you win? Did you win? Okay, so this is the final giveaway for today's live stream, and you won yourself a Power Bulb 10C 4-kit set worth $499. And the lucky winner is, oh dear, I got too much screenshots open now. So let me see if I got the right one. Can you guys see? Okay, so the winner
Adrian
is Andrea Bustan. Estrin Bustan. Congratulations, Andrea Bustan. All right, you have mentioned it correctly. Bowen Smile. You even mentioned the full word, Bowen Smile. All right, well done to that. So congratulations, you just won yourself a Power Bulb 10C 4-kit set worth $499. All right,
Yes.
Congratulations. So for all those who have won some of the prizes for tonight or for today, our team will keep in touch with you soon. So just hang in there and we'll keep in touch with you. So anyways, for those of you guys who did not win any prize, as usual, I would say, don't be disappointed, don't be sad, because you will always have a chance with us, all right? Just stay tuned, join us, follow us on our social media platforms, and I'm very sure, one day you will win something from us. That's for sure. We will always, so far, most of the winners that we pick, they are always different winners. So it will be your turn very soon. All right. Okay. So I think that's pretty much what we have today. So if you like what you are seeing, do join us, follow us, and you'll get to see more of this. All right. So with that, I also want to, before I end off, I want to make a special thanks to Nanlight Thailand, for putting up this and helping out with all the setup, and the guys behind the cameras who are operating this, my camera guy and my switcher guy who has been switching. So, thank you so much to the team, Nanlight Thailand team, for putting up this and then, helping to create this awesome show. So we hope to do more of this again really soon. And till next time, wherever you are, take care, stay safe, and never stop creating. All right. Okay. Ciao.
Ciao. Take care.
Ciao. Okay, let me end this live stream off with a bit of music. So it will not be anything different. Okay. All right. Okay, see you guys. Bye-bye.